Hey guys, my name is Crystal and thank you for tuning in to Kris Codes. So if you haven't already, hit the like button, notification bell if you will, comment, subscribe, and yeah, let's get right into the video. Oh yeah, yeah, Alright, you guys, so let's get right into it. This guy that was, I think it was in a bar. I'm almost positive it was a bar because I rarely go to clubs, but I know it was like a setting where it's somewhat crowded, but not really. So it was a bar. It was a bar. And it was this guy. He was pretty cute. I feel like he was catfishing though. Because like he was like real cute with his hat on, but he never wanted to take it off. I found out why later. But but he was real tall. If you watch my channel or some of my Foolishness Fridays, you know I'm 5'9", so I'm not super vain. I've dated guys that are like my height or a little bit shorter, but I wear heels, so I would prefer them a little bit taller. So he was like, okay. I was like, okay. You know, I see you. And he came up to me, introduced himself. He was a gentleman, you know, got me a drink, got my friend a drink. I'm like, okay. Yeah. So make long story short, we exchanged numbers and he went on about his, you know, business. Love that. Future note for the guys that may be on my channel, you know, if you get a girl a drink, you introduce yourself, you're chit-chatting with her, that's fine, but leave after. You don't have to stalk her the entire night. You don't. You know, she didn't come out there for you. Well, me and my friends, you know, that's how we were. You know, I say were because, you know, when 2020 strike, what friends? But yeah, that's how me and my friends are. You know, you can introduce yourself, you can chit chat with us, but don't be following us around. Like, we don't like that. So he went on about his business. Later on in the night, he texts me and I'm like, okay. You know, he's trying to be persistent, text me good night. So the next day, he's like, you know, what are you up to? Let's hang out, get to know each other. I'm like, okay. And now keep in mind, I was a whole lot younger. I was probably like 21, 22. I was 21 or 22 because this was the beginning of a friendship I had with one of my old best friends. So I met her around 21 because I turned 21 when I met her. So yeah. So we met up at this bar. We had a good time, chilled, kind of like a brunch type of thing. It wasn't really a bar. I shouldn't say it was a bar because it was like we had brunch. Good times, good vibes. And later on, he's like, okay, yeah, I had a good time. You seem like a really cool girl. We vibe. He was big on zodiac signs. And I guess I used to be then too, but I'm not like that anymore. I'm not like, oh, I don't date Scorpios or, you know, blah, blah. There, of course, people, signs, they favor each other, or y'all have like similar personalities, but everybody's not the same. So I don't go based off that sign stuff. But I can't remember what sign he was though. I wish I could because dude was a nut job, and I realized that later on. Thus, this story time, Foolishness Friday. So remember, this was early on. He was telling me he liked me so much, and that was red flag number one. Which, you know, when you're young and dumb, you don't really catch these, but oh, I should have. Now he's like, hey, you want to hang out? Me and my friends are, you know, turning up. We got a section, blah, blah, blah. And at that time, I was already had plans with my friend. Now, I've never been the type of friend that is going to cancel on a friend and hang out with some dude. That's not going to work for me. It's just not. So I told him, I was like, I have friends. I have a party I'm going to go to with my friend. So I told him, I was like, well, Me and my friend were already gonna hang out. I said we may be able to hang out with you and your friends a little bit later after the fact, but we have a few plans. We had some moves that night. So this was back when I was like partying. Now I'm a home body. But yeah, so he's like, okay, well, that's fine. Oh, by the way, he was from up north. I will say that he was from up north, so he had a really thick accent. But I kind of like up north accents, or will I say maybe New York, more so New York accent. He definitely had a New York accent. And he was like, well, that's fine. Maybe we'll link up later. So I said, okay, cool. So me and my friend, we ended up going to a bar. What bar did we go to? I don't know, but I know it was somewhere in the Marietta area. And we had a few drinks left there, and we weren't driving that night. We had a few drinks left there, and one of our friends was having this like little, it's kind of like a rooftop thingy. We got to the apartments that was hosting everything, but at that point we were just tired. It was like, this is too much. We can't find where they are. This is too much. So he was texting me. He was like, hey, y'all still hanging out? Blah, blah, blah. And then I asked her, I said, hey, you want to just link up with them since we're ready to go anyway? And she was like, yeah. So I texted him. I was like, yeah. I was like, we can link up. Now, keep in mind, I didn't know him that well. But I'm like, okay, well, if he's on this side of town, y'all already out partying, blah, blah, blah. I'm with my friends, so I feel a little bit more safe. So I said, why not? He said he was going to pick us up. So he texts me. He's like, oh, I'm outside. So remember, we were already frustrated because we couldn't find where everybody was. And by the time we found out where everyone was, we were like, okay, we were over it. So we're trying to find our way outside of this place. And we literally had no clue where we were going. And they had all these different exits that were locked. So we were walking through it because it was a very nice apartment. Obviously, if they had a rooftop, it was a very nice apartment complex. It was like one building. You know, the apartments as I keep saying complexes, but you know, the apartments where you go in and it's the elevator, you go up. It's more so a condo. But yeah, we could not find our way out of that guy. we were so frustrated. The story just gets so terrible as I tell it. All right, so I texted him. I said, we're coming. We're trying to find our way out of here. Give me 1 second. So I will say we were taking a little bit long, but it couldn't have been more than 10-15 minutes. But that was the first time we've ever been there. We didn't know where we were. We had already been out. We had already had a few drinks. So it's like a maze. So after the fact, he's texting me, where y'all at? Where y'all at? And red flag number two. Why is this dude so aggressive? Why is this dude so aggressive? But I didn't think anything of it. I'm like, okay, he's from up north. You know, and I have no shade, no tea. Like, I'm not trying to shade anybody from up north, but you all know that you are not the friendliest. And for me being from Georgia, I know that you all are not the friendliest. So I didn't think anything of it. I didn't take offense. I'm just like, yeah, maybe we are taking a little too long. But I texted him. I was like, yeah, we're trying to find our way out of here. I'm sorry. So we finally find our way. We find his car. And I guess he sees me, so he honks. And we head over. Me and my friend, we get in the car. And dude is tripping. Like, as soon as we open the door, he's like,
what was taking y'all so long? Like, y'all really wildin'.
Or whatever slang he used. It wasn't slang that we typically use. I know that. But dude was tripping. He was so upset that we took long. He starts going on this whole rant about us using him for a ride and how we're gold diggers and y'all ain't even that cute and Like, how dare y'all step in his ride? Y'all ain't even dust our shoes off. First of all, we got on heels. Like, what we look like tapping dirt off our shoes and stuff. First of all, we just came off the sidewalk. What are you even talking about? But even so, me and my friend are still chill. We're still chill. We're not even worried about it. We're just like, okay, you're ODing, you know? It's not that serious. He said, how you gonna tell me it's not that serious? This is my car. This is my car. Y'all. So at that point, I was just like, oh, okay, now you're really, really tripping. I said, I don't know why you called me out my name. I said, if you didn't want to come, you didn't have to. I said, you offered.
Offered.
Nobody asked you. You've been texting me all night for us to hang out. So what's your deal? You know, because at that point, I had a little attitude. I'm just like, who are you talking to? And who's a...
Not me.
I'm like, you had none of me. None of me. So he's like, you know
what? Y'all can get out of my shit. Y'all can get out of my shit.
My friend, we like, okay. Okay, we're gonna call him, what should we call him? I don't know. Look in the comments because I got another story about him. So just put in the comments if you want. We're gonna call him either way. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna give him a name. But yeah, dude's tripping. He's like, y'all can get out of my y'all can get out of my and we was like, okay. Okay. So we just hopped out and like I'm in the front seat. I get out, shut the door. My friend gets out. Don't even close the door. She does not even close the door, y'all. The wide open dude was looking so stupid because she was on the passenger side and literally he had to get out of his car, walk around and shut the car door, right? So he's still turning up, right? And I'm just like, okay. At this point, dude's crazy. I was like, dude is absolutely crazy. So after he leaves, I'm just like, okay, I called an Uber, you know. Like, we have Uber, we have Lyft, we have taxis. We're not pressed, you know. I'm not tripping. If it was all that, I would have asked you to come and get me, you know. You offered. But anyways, so he's blowing my phone up at this point, and he's like, where y'all at? Where we at? What you worried about where we at? I'm not texting back, obviously. And he starts calling, blowing my phone up. And I wasn't picking up. I'm just like, no, I don't know what you're on, but it's something. And I'm not gonna tolerate it. I said, I don't even know you that well. And if you're a woman, you know, if we haven't invested any time in you, I'm just getting to know you, you're not gonna be talking to me like you're crazy. It's easy to dead you. You're done. Blocked, deleted, goodbye. He's blowing my stuff up, so I block him. And another number pops up. Now, I know that it's affiliated with him because I think the area code was like 646 or something like that. He had a 646 area code. And that number was a 646 area code. So I didn't pick up, obviously. So now this dude starts leaving voicemails. First of all, who even leaves voicemails anymore? And this was way back. Because like I told you, I was 21. I'm 25 now. And he's leaving voicemails. And you know how you do with your friends. I'm just like playing him, letting her hear him in the Uber. I'm like, this dude is crazy. He's absolutely crazy. And we're just laughing at this point because I was still like shocked. But I still thought it was like super funny that she left his door wide open. Because he was looking so stupid. He was sweating bullets and oh. And that's how I knew he was hatfishing, because the dude was really cute, beard, all that. And he was like sweating bullets. Like, because it was hot. He was sweating bullets, so he had like lifted his hat up to like wipe the sweat off of him. And when I said he had the funniest shaped head, and I could say, I was like, so you would have been dead after like 2-3 weeks of me knowing you once you took your hat off anyway. But, and don't think I'm vain, but he was giving me plies, you know. he was giving me, you know, Tory Lanez before the new hairline. Like, it was a no. It was a no for me, okay?
Definitely a no for me, dog. The voice is just not there.
So, yeah, I'm like, I didn't even get time to really see your personality, so I already know you would have been done in like 2 weeks.
If that. I'm being nice. All right, let's continue.
So, after the fact, I'm like, all right, this is really, really crazy. Then another number starts calling. Because remember, I blocked two. This is the third number I blocked because the first one was his regular number that he gave me. The second one was, I don't know if he was on some text-free type stuff, but dude had a lot of numbers. So this is the third number that I called. And apparently this was his sister, okay? His sister. Dude had his sister calling me. And now when I met him, he was doing a whole lot of talking. He told me that his dad apparently had just got out of jail. Oh, another red flag. Like, you know you be young and dumb when you be like you said your dad was in jail. Like you had 3 or 4 brothers. All of them were locked up. And dude didn't give me the, I'm not even trying to stereotype a thug, but he didn't give me those type of vibes. He just really didn't, you know? So he's telling me all these people in his family locked up, and you know, he's trying to beat the odds. And you know, I was just like, okay. Okay, you know, I respect that. You don't want to wind up like them. I get it. But bit much for a first date, I think. But you know, I was happy. I'm like, okay, at least he's open and honest. So his sister leaves a voicemail. B, you not gonna talk to my brother any type of way. I don't know who, and she had a thick New York accent as well. But she was like, you ain't gonna be treating my brother like no. I told you, it was all this different slang. I had no clue what she was talking about, but I'm assuming like a lame, like we'd say like a lame or a square and whatever. And of course I didn't respond to that either. I'm like, girl, I don't even know you.
I don't even know who you are.
And I barely know him. So why are you calling my phone again? So same thing. He's like, they start texting me at this point, blowing my phone up. So I just put my junk on airplane mode until we got back to my apartment. So we get back to my apartment and I'm thinking, I'm like, dude knows where I live. And then I thought about it. I was like, okay, well, he doesn't know which room. He doesn't know which room. So we're safe. So I told my friend, I was like, okay, so I'm gonna tell the Uber, because I put in the complex, but you know, you just tell them where to go once they get into the complex. So I told my friend, I was like, okay, so we know which car he drives. So I said, if you do see him, I said, we're not gonna go straight to my room. And she was like, okay. So when he goes straight to my room, we like look around just to make sure, you know, nobody's watching us and all that, because my door was like on the side, so we couldn't really see once we get too close to it. So we just walked all the way around to get to my room. But I kid you not, we looking at the window, we see dude outside. Dude is outside, like he ready to box or something. I'm like, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? So after this point, I'm just like, okay, I don't know if I should call the police. Like, I really don't know what to do. I've never been in a situation like this where all this happened in one night. Like, I was literally kicked out of a car, you know? And now I got this very, very aggressive guy pulling up. And I don't know who he's with, because clearly he has girls that's willing to call my phone trying to go to bat for him when I'm not even his girlfriend. I'm like, I don't even know you like that. So he starts texting me. He was like, yeah, I'm gonna have my sister whoop your again, another number. I'm like, how many freaking numbers does this dude have? So I'm thinking, okay, maybe he's like texting from other folks' phones, whatever. But now I'm starting to realize, why are your families locked up? And if you're not trying to live, you know, follow or continue the generational curse, I don't advise you doing things like this. Like, really though. So he's like, I'm gonna have my sister whoop yo and all that type of stuff. And I'm like, this is beginning to be too much. So hey, y'all can say whatever y'all want, but that's when I text back. I said, look, I said, you got about 10 minutes before I call the authorities, okay? You know, I had time, and this was before, you know, now 2020, you can't really be doing stuff like that nowadays. Well, you still can, but who knows who's gonna come out alive, you know, the way the cops are going about things. But at that point, I was about it. I was like, yeah, I'm calling the police, because I'm not gonna step out. I'm not gonna step foot outside this room. Know that. So he was like, you're scary. You a scary bee. I said, sure am. So what do you want to do? So finally, I check out the window. I see the car pull off, whatever, and whoever else was in the car, because the car was deep. So he's talking about his sister was gonna fight us. I think he was planning to jump us, because I'm like, I see all these heads in here. It's dark, but y'all are parked right up under, you know how in the parking lot it's kind of like lit up. I'm like, y'all are parked where the lights are. I see all them heads in there. I said, if you think for 1 second I'm coming up out this room, you got another thing coming. So after that, we see the car pull off, and I'm tired at this point. I'm just like, okay, this has been a very eventful night, and I don't want any parts of it. So after the fact, we like, okay, we gotta go to work. So we just get ready for bed, take a shower, go to sleep. I kid you all not, this man was calling my phone for the next week or 2 weeks, and I don't know what. Like, I've never, like, he had been possessed or something like that. Because when I say I've never experienced anything like that, to this day, like, I've had crazy boyfriends. Who knows? That might be some Foolishness Fridays later. And I am going to switch up to Foolishness Fridays. But, yeah. It was probably like 2 weeks before this man stopped texting my phone from different numbers, acting crazy and all that type of stuff. But, yeah. I get anxiety just thinking about it. So I'm gonna finish my look off camera, and yeah, that's the story about when I got kicked out of a car. I'm gonna come back with a final look, and I'll be right back, you guys. All right, you guys, I'm back with the final look. And yeah, so that is my video about the time we got thrown out of a car. And moral of the story, some of these dudes are really crazy. So be very wary of who you let in your company and in your space, okay? Because don't think you're safe around some of these people, okay? Because you just never know. So I thank you all for watching. If you haven't already, hit the like button, notification bell if you will, comment, subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you all for the next Foolishness Friday. Bye.